Hey everybody, it's Sarah for Chroma Yachty. Welcome to my channel. Today we got a fun video for you. I got a special guest, we got balloons, we got it all, so keep watching. You guys might be wondering who this lovely lady to the right of me is. This is my gorgeous cousin Emily, and Emily has zero experience making pour art, so she is perfect for our beginners video in making pour art. She can do it, you can do it. Okay, so you're probably wondering, Sarah, why is there champagne and balloons in your art studio? Well, I am not doing a balloon kiss video. Actually, today I have officially reached 1,000 subscribers.
Yay! We are celebrating!
And we are celebrating all of you. That's right, this celebration is all about you guys, so as a way to give back and to say thank you for all of your love and support out there, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, but I need you guys to comment below on what you want. Do you want a painting? Do you want merch? Or do you want some of my favorite art supplies? All right, and then whatever gets the most votes, that's what we're doing in a future video, and I'll give you more details then. But please comment. Also, please like and subscribe so I can keep making art for all of you. You wanna get started?
Yes, let's go.
All right, enough partying.
Learn how to paint.
So these are some of the essential items that you'll need as a beginner. Everything's gonna be linked below in the description with links to Amazon or anywhere else where I found some of these things. Some things that I'd like to call out that you might not recognize on the table. These are 1.5 inch conduit piping. You can get these at any hardware store. I love using these to support your canvas instead of the triangles or the push pins because I just have found them to be the most stable. They easily wipe off when you get paint all over them because you're gonna get paint all over them, and they're really inexpensive. So these are great. Something else I think is super essential that you might not know about is a palette knife. Clearly mine's well loved. I use this, you'll see in pretty much every video I do. It's a little
like an architect tool from the Titanic.
There's a little bit of paint built up on this one. I use this to move the paint around and to adjust and to fix things. I use them in a couple of different sizes. You may be wondering why there's sandwich baggies on the table and rubber bands. That is how I store all of my paint. Most of my paint I mix in cups, and then I put a sandwich baggie in a rubber band, and I don't even mess with putting it in bottles. But you definitely, as a beginner, want to keep your paint so you can fix any mistakes after it dries. And I love using a variety of sizes of cups for different size paintings. I tried to use the clear ones as much as possible so I can see exactly what colors are in there and how they're going in there. Those are most useful, but you will also see in a lot of my videos me using party cups because they're more fun and colorful, and I buy them in bulk. So that is why I use those. Something else that I see posted a lot in Facebook groups is what paint should you use? What kinds work the best? These 4 brands are what I typically stick with. I don't like to go too cheap on my paint or too expensive. Okay, you wanna get started?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited.
All right, so probably one of the most crucial elements in making pour art is how you mix your paint and what you put in it. I have had many requests of what I put in my paint and the exact ratio, so I'm gonna break it down for you guys so that there's no confusion.
Paint pouring 101.
So there is zero confusion over how I do this. All right, so this is the brand of white paint that I get on Amazon. I have tried many, many brands. This one gets me the results that I personally like to work with the best. You're gonna probably have to do your own exploration over what brands and what consistencies you like, but this is my favorite. And Emily's gonna show you how to mix it because she's the beginner and she's trying to learn, so I'm gonna try to explain it to her. So I like to work with a 1:3 ratio with my paint, which means I like to fill up my cup 1/3 of the way with paint and the rest of it with Floetrol. Usually I just eyeball this because I've done it so many times I can get away with that. I know a lot of people use scales and measurements and all of that. That's not really my style. You can ask my husband, that's not how I cook either. I just throw in a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
And it's perfect.
And I think I'm a great cook. But I've done this so much that I really can just tell by the feel of the paint when I stir it if it's mixed correctly. And I do a lot of testing before I do a big piece, but you're gonna have to figure out what works for you. This is my style. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take that white paint and you are going to fill it to that line. So this is gonna come out kind of globby. It's not gonna pour. You're gonna have to like...
I also am a righty and I'm doing this left-handed.
Okay.
Oh,
that's why I said
she's thick.
She's thick.
What is this?
It's thick.
Okay,
it's
okay.
thick. You're gonna have to do one of these.
I thought I just wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah,
I thought
it's a thicky Ricky paint.
All right, you got a squeezer.
Okay, all right, that's about good. Okay, so since this paint is a lot thicker than a lot of your tube paints, I like to thin it with a tiny bit of water first, just so...
A skosh?
Just a skosh.
As our grandma would say. A skosh of water.
I like to thin it just a little bit before I add my Floetrol. It's gonna make it mix a lot easier. So go ahead and just pour like... And I do use distilled water. This is a water bottle I just use over and over again.
Mix?
Yes, mix it all up. You really want to make sure all the paint is combined with the water. There aren't little chunky bits. Okay, let me see.
Looks pretty good.
So the person has no idea what they're looking for.
Looks good to me.
Okay. All right. Yes, that is good. Good job.
Thanks.
That's awesome. All right, now you want to fill the rest of the cup up to about that line with your Floetrol. Floetrol helps create cells. It helps make your paint dry even and smooth. It is my go-to mixer, if you will. I do not actually use silicone oil in any of my paintings anymore. I used it a lot in the beginning to get cells, but now I don't need to. So you have 1/3 paint. Usually I don't add water before I add Floetrol. I just do that for this because this is such a thick consistency. And then I just add enough water to get to the consistency you want. So Emily's gonna be doing a cup pour, and you want that to be not too thick, not too thin, if that makes sense.
Just right.
Just right. So the main thing I'm showing in the beginning of a lot of my videos is the consistency. Consistency is key for each type of pour you're doing. Usually for an open cup kind of ribbon pour, you want it to be thick but not too thick. I actually like mine to be a little thinner because I like my colors to really kind of blend and create a lot of interesting colors, and I found that if they're a little thinner, that you will get that. So not as thin as a Dutch pour, which is really runny. What you want to see is a little thinner than this, where you can see the mound, but it's not too thick.
So would you add water or more of this?
So we are going to add just a skosh of water, not too much.
10 grams.
Not too much. I'm gonna tell you when, right? No, keep it a little bit more. And this is what I say in my video descriptions. I add 3-to-1 Floetrol paint and then water to get to the right consistency. And you wanna just add a little bit of water at a time, because too much and then you gotta add more paint and more Floetrol.
That looks good. More movement.
You're right, it's beautiful. Let's make some art.
Let's do it.
Em is really interested in creating one of my marble style pour paintings with neutral colors, and she has
picked a splash of pink.
She has picked some lovely colors, so we are going to be putting them in a cup, dumping them out, and see what we make.
See what we can do here.
All right, so you want to get your big cup. All right, and since you want a decent amount of white in it, I would say kind of pour like that much white.
Okay.
Right there.
This is the white I just made, everybody. Better be good.
We'll find out. Okay, so now you just want to kind of alternate your colors. And
how high up am I going on the cup?
Probably here-ish.
Okay.
All right, so what I like to do for this is I kind of like to do a little swoop-de-doop, and I like to do multiples, and that way you get the most interesting pour going.
A swoop-de-doop.
You think you can do that?
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Hold on. We need one sip. Cheers. Okay, I'm ready.
Ready. I think I'm ready too. Ooh. Think about tilting this this angle.
Got it.
So that paint goes that way. Okay, and then like bring that way. There you go. Keep letting it fall off. It's okay. That's what the puppy pads are for. Okay.
Oh, it looks cooler. Now which way?
I'll bring this down this corner. And I'll tilt that way. Down a little bit more. There you go. Try to get you some more interesting shapes. More tilt towards the middle. There you go, and down. Cool. That's good. For a first
it looks cool.
Go at it. It's cool. Okay, good. Love it. Well, at first I want you to do one kind of like that. We need a little bit more paint so we can go more on the inside. There you go. That'll be enough paint. Well, before you do that, tilt that off. So you cover the corner. Good. And then we can do the same kind of thing. Maybe pull this way and up to cover that.
Like go like that?
Like a Nike swoosh.
Sorry, I didn't mean
yeah. Good. So now you're going to want to tilt it towards you to get that to come. You can go to the left to get that corner. And then go to the right to get the other corner.
I want more of it to look like that.
Then you want it to be mostly white in your cup. And don't put the gold in there. Because the gold is very reactive. And then, yeah, just a splooge of that. Let me see what it looks like. Then yeah, that's probably good.
Which way should I go? Like
so a lot of times when I'm adding to these, I just follow the design that naturally went in there. So you would just want to follow that little band and that'll cover that up.
No?
Well, I thought you were going to do a little bigger than that.
Sorry.
It's okay. Start off the edge. There you go. Okay, and then now you get to use my handy dandy architect tool. Take it along the edge with the tip and then have it blend over that if you're trying to cover that up. You get what I'm saying?
Like right here?
Yeah, not over the whole thing because you want to keep that nice clean ribbon. It needs to be a little more than that. There you go. There you go. Perfect. There we go. Does that cover enough of it for you? So you're never gonna wanna leave little air bubbles in your paint that's gonna dry a little funky. So I always like to hit the whole thing with the blowtorch. So I hit this with the blowtorch really quick. There you go, about an inch or so away. So you see them pop.
Wow, it's so cool.
And then it also will kind of help you create cells too, if that's the look you're going for. I would maybe like just tilt it in the middle, going down just straight, not off to any side. I would just make that fall off the edge a little bit. Okay, now tilt it back, tilt it back, tilt it back. There we go.
Oh, it looks cool.
Okay, now stop.
Okay, I don't like that little spot right there.
Okay.
That is weird.
Okay, that's fine. So maybe do another little band that follows that on top of it. Just cover up the whole, you gotta go the whole thing. There you go. And you don't need to blend it or anything. I would just kind of tilt it a little bit, tilt down. Now bring it back towards you. Now put it down. Okay. That's cool. What do you think?
I like it.
So one thing I cut out of all of my videos is actually fixing all my edges because it's super tedious, time-consuming work, and I assume most of you do not want to see that. But today, Miss Emily is going to learn to clean all of her edges because it's actually a very important part of this process. You never want to have big, thick drips coming off. It's going to dry that way, and you don't want that. That doesn't look very professional when it's done. And you don't want any of these little spots right here where you can see part of the canvas and it looks real messy. You want to cover all that up. So usually what I do is I actually use a lot of the paint that's fallen near the area where I'm going if I have any areas like this, I kind of just bring it down. Sometimes I blow some of the paint from the edge over. You need to especially watch out for corners. They're very tricky. And then I just take this palette knife and you run it all along the edge. You're gonna have to do this a bunch of times while it's drying, because especially if you have a lot of paint on your canvas, it's gonna drip for a while. So what do you think? I think it's beautiful.
I love it. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't that hard.
No, it wasn't
I
hard.
love because you don't ever know what you're gonna make, so it's just kind of like whatever
It is
happens,
what it
happens.
is.
That's the beauty of it.
Exactly. I've been an artist my whole life, and the reason why I'm doing pour art right now is because it just allows me to be completely free and go with my instincts and go with what the paint wants to do, and I don't have to overthink it like I do with a lot of my other art, and that's why I love it. It's beautiful, it's organic, it's flowy.
Found a little spot that I need to cover.
It's also addicting. She's gonna be over here like every week now.
Yeah, I will. I'm envisioning like 4 of these like hanging together.
Uh-huh. It's once you make one, you don't stop.
Well, so much fun and so much easier than I thought.
Yes. Well, this style is definitely more of a beginner style. Watch a lot of my other videos to learn some other techniques. But I hope this was helpful to all of you who are starting your journey into pour art, and
It was so much fun.
thanks for watching, guys.
If I can do it, you guys can do it. I'm not artistic. She got all that in the family.
If she can do it, you can do it. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for watching.